Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to pour on wooden ornament cutouts. I've done these mostly for myself recently, actually for Valentine's Day and Easter and Christmas. Now I don't have any of the Christmas cutouts left. I've ordered myself more. Here's some stars I did last year. These were not my top ones, so don't be if you're not impressed by these, don't worry, they will get better. But I just kind of wanted to show the finished results. You can see the backs are not finished, not very pretty. So I'm going to do some these today. I'm going to mix up some colors. So obviously I have a handful of hearts for Valentine's Day or whenever you want a heart. These look best, in my opinion, in red and pink and white. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of these three colors, and then I will show you how I like to put them on the ornaments. And for the Easter ones, I definitely think we need some pastel colors because Easter's in spring, and spring is just, you know, bunnies and I don't know, for some reason it's pastel-y. So I've got some other paints from other pours. I'm gonna make these pastel by just adding some white, and yeah, I'm gonna mix up some paint. See you in a bit. All right, I'm back with some mixed up paints and my little heart cutout. So this is I'd say this is a great way to get into acrylic pouring if you haven't done it before. I've mixed up my paints using the usual way I do it with a tube paint and Floetrol and water, but I think if you got the pre-mixed paints at a craft store, those are probably a good consistency for these, and you get those in a smaller bottle, and you don't need a ton of paints. I think you can buy them single tubes, I think, or sets of 4. So that might be a good way to try this out. And maybe this would be a fun project to do with younger people in your life, little kids, not too young, but who could maybe handle this, because these are actually pretty simple ways I layer the paint and put it on my hearts or ornaments or cutouts. So I'm just going to do the hearts first. Forgot to put on gloves. Another supply I would get are something to set your cutouts on. Like I just have the small Dixie cups, paper ones. I have some, I don't know, like the fake glass, like wine-ish glasses you might have had for a party or something. And these are little shot glasses you can get I've gotten them at the grocery store or at, you know, Amazon. I think they're technically, you might call them like Jello shot containers. They're usually just 2 ounces or 2.5 ounces. Are handy for lots of uses. So I'm gonna layer my paints. So I would say that with what I prefer to do is make a bunch, 1 cup of paint layering your colors. Probably gonna alternate white with the pink. So this is a pearl pink. I should tell you my paint colors. Arteza Pearl Rose is obviously pearl. My red cadmium red deep, and basic white, titanium white. So in my squishy cups, I think I'll just layer them on down the side here. And since I don't have that many cutouts, I didn't want to make a ton of paint because I always end up having to store it and then hoping it's still good the next painting I do. So I'm just gonna layer this quick. Okay, I want to keep some pink still to do with my Easter eggs too. So I also put on a silicone mat. So another thing you can do are dips. So I'm going to hold, like this is kind of the one I'm going to pour everything on, and then I'm going to swap them. So you can do ring pours, you can do just line dirty pours, lots of options. And since these are so small, don't put too much paint on them. And here we go. Zoop. Okay, some stripes. I'm gonna move this out of the way, and then I'm gonna let the paint fall. So this is pretty thick paint, you can see. Another thing, in my experience when I did these in the past, like I showed on those stars, the backs get real messy, so I will probably just paint the backs pink or red. Like I try to get the paint over the edge and maybe like cover all the front, but I'm not going to worry about the backs until later. So you kind of see my stripies. That's kind of cool. Oh, the other thing is, as these are intended to be hung, they all have holes in them. So there's a paint in that hole. So before I am done with this today, I'm going to clear out those holes. You can do it when they're dry too, but either way. And now I'm going to paint everywhere. Since I have to keep picking up multiple ones and my cup, I'll just wipe the paint off my gloves. Here's a little more taller heart. This one, so let's try, that was a kind of a ringy pour. Let's just do kind of just back and forth this time. Always make the sound effect. And get the little extra paint off. What other shape can I do? Way to pour my paint. Who knows? Kind of a big swirls, big circles. This. Since I'm trying to really stretch this paint, don't put too much paint per ornament. Then again, I'm letting it collect here so I can do a dip. That's kind of just fun. There's no silicone in this. I don't need any pearl or cells. Personally, anyways. You'll get some differences in the, oh, see, another good idea to wipe the bottom off. Just thought of that. All right. I think I like ring pours. Oh dear. This is a messy job. Even though well, obviously the white that I separated those two colors with is gonna make pink, so we've got definitely pink heavy here. I'd love to do some of these in purple, maybe for next year. Okay, where do my fingers go? I've done 4, I've got 5 left. I've got a nice puddle here. I'm gonna dip. Another popular way to use up your extra paint is to just dip it. Sometimes people just pull it back off, but I didn't get it all. So I'm gonna have to drag it a little bit and then lift it up. And then I didn't get it over here. So that's a little more blended paint, but a good way to use up the paint that's fallen off your ornaments. We don't want to waste this paint since I'm, as I said, trying to use it all up. That's a lot. Nice and thick paint. So after, the reason I first made Valentine's ornaments is because I got a new Christmas tree like in 2020 and I wanted to leave it up after Christmas. So I was like, I'll make a Valentine's tree. So I made myself a bunch of heart ornaments. I also crocheted, or maybe knitted, probably crocheted, some little heart-shaped pouch poofy things. And then I also made some out of felt, like with a mattress stitch, and stuffed them with felt. Not felt, stuffed them with that polyfill stuff. And then I made an Easter tree. All right, and let's do this one with the paint left in here. Let's see if I can actually make it look like a heart. Not really. Definitely stripey. So that took me no time at all to do 9 hearts. With my one tiny, less than 4 ounces of paint here. I will move these to my drying rack because this is going to take up too much space because I want to do more paint, more shapes, right? I will be right back. Okay, I think I'm set up. Okay, I think I need a new pouring cup. I'm gonna use just another one of these little Dixie cups. And what are my colors? So I had leftover aquamarine blue that I added some white to make more of a pastel. And then my never-ending yellow. This is a combination of things, different yellows and white, basically. And then I thought, let's see, a couple Arteza colors. This is Emerald Green by Arteza. That green, didn't add anything to that. And then Pearl, what is this? Pearl Glacier Blue. Oops. Very shiny. And the pink, right? Is that what I've got? I've got too much going on here. I'm all over the place. I can't handle it. I don't want reds, but I'll have this pink. So I could also do a dip in that. I'll just scrape that up and use it later. So let's do a little layering. There's my lovely layers. Let's do a ring pour on this big one here. I like how big these are. Okay, that green is like grass green. It's like Easter basket grass or Easter egg hunt. Well, where I live, most of where I grew up, we didn't have many Easter egg hunts outside in the spring because it was quite snowy. Thus, we would hide our eggs inside, or we would just hunt for a Easter basket. Okay. Oops. Let's do it again. They're all gonna look different even though we have the same paints here. I'm kind of off camera. Let's do the stripes this way. Lots of pink. Definitely gonna need to refill my cup with layers. Like that. Let's see, I'm just gonna maybe put some of this. Reuse this dripped paint. See what I can get. This is totally making this up. If they don't blend, that's different. Oh, I forgot to say, and I didn't do it, on my hearts, I didn't torch. There weren't that many bubbles, but when you do this dip, you often get like a big bubble. Just popped it. So you can just pop those with your finger or a toothpick if you don't have a torch. There's even a bubble in this pile of paint. This is almost more like how you dye eggs. Dip in the eggs in your dye mixture. Kind of like that. Oops. Getting really pink and yellow. What do you think about the idea of a Valentine's tree or an Easter tree? Anybody have one of those? Ooh, all green, yeah. Boop, pop that bubble, there it goes. And I've got one more little one yet left. Do it over here. Okay. All right, now I need to make some space for my big ones. Okay, come on guys. Oh. Sometimes this is a disaster. If you don't like messes, don't play with paint. Okay. Let's do this one. I'm just gonna pile that on there since I'm not gonna do any more dips. This got interesting. Let's see if I can do another ring pour. I was gonna do a U-shaped one maybe. Colors kind of merged while they were sitting in the cup, but I used up the cup mostly. That's wacky. That one looks purple. even though I don't have purple. I think the blue mixed with the pink. A quick flip. That's not going to cover the whole thing. Let's layer them again. I don't remember what I did in order. So, new order. Oop, my yellow is clumpy. I shouldn't keep that for any longer. That's like all my pink. All my blue. Well, we've only got 2.5 left, so this should be fine. Okay. Oh, I kind of like how that looks. Let's come back to that. And weird ring pour. Stripes. Stripes. Oh, some people do this. Oh, I like that. I didn't get any pink in that. Oh wait, a wee bit of pink right here. Ooh, that's cool. I want to keep the swirly bits. I call that, that's like a ribbon pour. Or a figure 8 or infinity, I think they're called. Meh. Let's do one of those again, like a figure 8. Let's see. Start at the bottom. Do I even know what a figure 8? It's like a snake. Ooh. That's crazy. That one's got a lot of bubbles. Oh, there's one. I missed one. I have no more space on my table. Oh, I flipped. 1 second. I forgot. I put the rest of this one on here, so this is kind of like a flip cup. There's not a lot of paint on there. I could dip it too. Oh, geez. There's not enough paint. Okay, wait. We'll come back to that. Okay, wait. What should we do with this one? This is ugly. I could dip it in that, but I think that would look a mess. So I could just, I'll just use up all the rest of my paints on here like a straight pour and kind of try to get stripes that aren't blendy. What do we say about art? It's what you make it. I'm sure someone says that. It looks like one of those like eggs wrapped in yarn or string. I don't want to lose my lines. What are my lines? Oh, I have this one left over. This mixie. I just want to get this bottom bit and this top bit. That's kind of cool. That's a lot of paint for sure. Nifty. Cool, cool. And should wipe the edges here. Another mess. Another mess. Well, apparently my phone stopped recording halfway through working on these, so we'll see if I got anything on my iPad. But here are my eggs. Here's a stripe. This was definitely a ring pour. And that was one after I let the paint sit in the cup and it got all purpley. This was the first one I did. This was at the end. So I just took the leftover paint from the cups and just striped it on and didn't really let it blend. I think this was the second one I did. Ring light glare. You probably didn't see this one. That was a ribbon? Oh, this, figure, I did a couple like infinity figure 8 swirls. And then this one is kind of, I flipped, this my flip cup. This one is kind of a Dutch pour. I just put the paint down and blew it around with my mouth because I didn't have enough paint and it was kind of a disaster. So that one's not the best. So here's my dried ornaments that I poured yesterday. Okay, I'll show you each of them. And there's paint dried in the holes because I didn't clean it out when they were wet. So I'm just gonna put a pencil, tip of a mechanical pencil I find, whoops, works good. Maybe without the lead poking out. So yeah, I think this was a dip. This was one of my stripey pours. This was, I think, the first one I did as a ribbon or a ring pour. I'm probably gonna clean up the backs. Like I said, you can come back afterwards and paint the backs if you want them to be really nice and finished, depending on how much you care. If you're keeping these for yourself or giving them away, you know, it might be nice to write like a message on the back. Like another good idea is to put these like as gift tags. Maybe you could say to blank from blank, or on the front or the back, and then people can use them as decorations or ornaments at their houses. All right, those are the hearts. Here are the finished dried egg-shaped ornaments. I'll do a close-up of each one. This one's real bumpy. I guess I didn't torch it to get the bubbles out, or maybe the paint was lumpy. I'll do those later. This one's real pretty because can you tell it's got the blue and the pink pearl from Arteza, so it's really shimmery. That was cool. This one's got a lot of blue in it, so that's got the shimmer too. And this was my weird flip cup slash blow it around with my mouth, so not my favorite, but it's interesting. Ooh, another shimmery one. Kind of cute. This almost looks like it has a Christmas tree in the middle. Kind of different. This is the one I did at the end with the just leftover paint. It actually makes very nice, distinct stripes if you have paint left over and you want to just, like I tried to show this one. I think I showed this one from the side, so it probably didn't get the best angle, but just stripe your leftover paint right on top of each other and kind of tilt it. I only tilted it this way, not this way, because up and down would have stretched the lines out too much. And then I finished up with a mixture of red at the top, just in the bottom. And all of my little ones are dips. This is the only green one I did. It's got a little pink in there. The rest of these are the ones I used the remaining red, pink, and white paint. I put yellow and a little bit of that pearl blue in there. Oops. That one's neat. You could almost like dip and swirl would make actually another cool look. That was a little almost orange with the yellow and pink mixing. And this one's got all the colors in there. So I hope that was a useful video. I will probably do another one with Christmas ornaments at some point and maybe a pumpkin. So thanks for watching. Please like this video and maybe subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this. Thanks.